Hey! You are listening to the Grumpy Guy BJJ podcast.
Hey, what's up, guys? Got to take care of a few things before we jump into this week's episode. First, our Ramping Isometrics for BJJ program. It is a 12-week program, all laid out for you. It's going to help you build strength and cardio in the fastest, safest, and most convenient way possible. This is how James and I have been training for the past year, and we love it. So we put this program together so you can just follow along, and we are certain you will see and feel the benefits that we do. It's only $15. Just go to grumpyguybjj.com, click the drop-down menu in the upper right-hand corner, and you'll find it. Next, R3. This is our K2 D3 supplement. It is a combination of those two vitamins, D3 and K2. These are two vitamins that James and I have been taking for a long time that really help us recover from hard training sessions. And for only $15 with free shipping, you get a whole month's supply. I was going to pull up some studies explaining the benefits of D3 and K2, but I'm not going to insult your intelligence and pretend to be a fucking scientist. I take it. It helps me recover. That's it. So for $15, check it out. And last but certainly not least, we have partnered up with Digitsu.com. They have a ton of awesome BJJ instructionals, and they have hooked us up with a discount code for our listeners. It's Grumpy10. So what you got to do is you go to Digitsu.com, which is Digitsu.com. Find the instructionals you want, throw them in a shopping cart. In the little discount code box, you type in Grumpy10, which is just GRUMPY and the number 10. 10. That's it. No spaces. Boom. You get 10% off. You're up and running. They got a nice app you can download on your phone. That way you can take your instructionals right to the gym with you, watch the technique, drill it. It's a pretty sweet setup. So once again, Digitsu.com. Discount code Grumpy10, GRUMPY10. Simple as that. To find all this stuff I just got done talking about, go to our website, grumpyguybjj.com. Click the drop-down menu in the upper right-hand corner. There, you'll subscribe to our newsletter for podcast updates. You'll find links for the Ramping Isos program, the R3 Recovery Supplement, and then under the Programs and Products tab, you'll find a link to Digitsu.com. And let's be honest, if you guys can't figure out how to navigate a website by now, there's nothing I can do to help you. So quit fucking around, check it out, train hard, and let's get into this week's episode. There we go.
Here we are.
Once again,
Yes.
January 16th.
Is this our second show of 2021?
Yeah, because one came out last Friday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well,
I think. I can't remember.
we're keeping pace.
I keep fucking up when to post them. I think I got a system now. We record, and I got it that week to get it uploaded, and it'll come out the following week. It's kind of a system.
Cool.
So I think.
It's a good system.
Pattern recognition isn't always my strong suit.
Except when it's on the mats.
Yeah, on the mats, I can pick up the patterns.
But that's, yeah.
For some reason, I haven't been able to always translate that to other areas of my life.
Oh, well. It's all right, man. So, we are here, though. We've got Z-Man with us. Z's got a Pokemon update. So what do you got for us, man?
So, I have a Meowth V Max, Gigantamax. It evolves from Meowth V. It has 300 hit points and it's a colorless type. Its attacks are G-Max Gold Rush, which does 200 damage. And there's a V-Max roll on the bottom, but it's kind of boring. Also,
what does it say in the book? Well, you got a guide. A Pokemon guide that actually has this guy. But you don't need it. I'm just saying, what did it say? It says something about the symbol on its head.
Mm-hmm. So it said the symbol on its head that appeared on its coin is actually said to be the key to unlocking the Gigantamax phenomenon. And also, it's grown super thin and tall. And its coin on its head has grown super big, all thanks to Gigantamax energy.
Sweet.
So,
thanks for the update.
Mm-hmm.
In other news, we have a new kids class schedule that we implemented this week.
To just like
Split 'em up.
deal with the size a little bit.
Yeah, and just also just skill level. Because, I mean, there are things that, you know, a 12, 13-year-old can work on that really aren't going to make a whole lot of sense to a 6 or 7-year-old. And so you find yourself either kind of confusing them or really not challenging the other. So the more I thought about it, the more splitting them up became. But yeah, dealing with the numbers, because we got just kids coming in, more kids wanting to sign up.
Have you talked to Kevin? Kevin's been having that same issue.
I saw you had to split them up into 3 classes.
I think that's kind of the common thing, being that they don't have a lot of school activities going on right now.
Yep. Well,
Excuse me.
that, and it's one of the few activities where they don't make the kids wear masks. And I mean, we've got parents here just like they're like, yeah, we want them to do jiu-jitsu and stuff, but like, man, we'd almost bring them here no matter what you're doing just for that. So, I mean, making kids wear masks like while they're doing athletics and stuff is it seems excessive.
Yeah.
Yes.
At my school in PE, we can take our masks off, so we don't have to like do athletic stuff with our masks on.
That's good.
So, but yeah, man. So, what'd you think about the new class?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like that I get to play dodgeball with the big kids and the little kids.
He gets to play dodgeball twice.
That's pretty sweet.
I get to play do the little kids class, play dodgeball, and then just hang around, watch my Kindle, and then my parents will call me over for dodgeball with the big kids.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's a good setup. So.
In other news, I'm excited for today because it's my cousin's birthday party.
How old is he?
He's gonna turn 8.
And you'll be 8 in
In
February?
exactly 1 month. They have the same. Their birthday is
1 month apart.
1 month apart.
Also,
January 17th and February.
Man, you're gonna be
17th.
8 years old, dude?
Yep.
You're getting old, man.
I get to have a sleepover with my cousin today.
Tonight?
Yep.
Sleepovers are fun.
Yeah. It's kind of his first sleepover with a friend.
Without Tita and not at Nana's house.
So yeah,
Sleepovers are fun times.
he'll have fun, man. It's gonna be a fun day. Birthday party and sleepover.
Heck yeah.
So
Sounds like a super fun day.
that is exciting. So, right on,
All right,
brother.
dude. Well, thanks for the update.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing the news.
Yeah, buddy.
My
So-
legs hurt.
Okay, well, we will catch you on the flip side, homie. Love you. See ya.
Heard a door open. Assumed it was the front door.
Yes. It's a stranger. Until they confirm that it's not a stranger, it's a stranger.
Yeah.
I could just be walking in from the garage. Aka's not as bad.
Aka, before you guys had Jax, Aka would barely bark. If you startled him,
Yeah.
like if you came and knocked or something, he would bark.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
No, he didn't
What?
just bark. But Jax he likes to bark.
He likes to bark.
It's part of his DNA.
That's Frank doesn't bark at shit.
Yeah.
But if Korea starts barking,
Yep.
and it goes back to my Great Dane. So we had a Great Dane, and he was kind of a skittish dog. Fucker barked at everything. And so his watchdog skills were suspect at best. I mean, and then he was an adult dog when we got Korea, my pit. And so she learned that from him. And now she's 10, 11 years old and
Likes to bark.
carries on that tradition of let's bark at everything.
Yeah. He's getting better out on the trail. Like at home, he's still really. I think it's, like this is his
And that's
house.
at home. That's one thing.
So, but yeah, he used to like be really barky out in public too.
Oh, really?
And it was yeah, like when he was a little puppy, it was kind of cute. But then he turns into this fucking like 50, 60 pound dog, and it's not so cute to everybody anymore to have this. And I'll admit, like if I didn't know him, he looks confused, but he's like barking, and it's like a menacing bark. And so, I know he'd never bite anybody. It's just not in his
but people don't know
DNA,
that.
but people don't know that.
No.
And so I was a little worried, like, fuck, man, like being out on the trail and having a dog that'll kind of run up to people and bark at them and not really come back is not cool. Like, am I going to have this dog on a leash like all the time? Is this what's going to happen? But he's definitely mellowed out. Like he'll come back, like he won't bark unless he's startled. Like if somebody comes around a corner and startles him, but he'll, it doesn't really bark, and he'll come back and we just put a leash on him, and then he's it's like he feels more secure when he's on the leash.
Dude, that's not surprising. Like, dogs love structure. And if they know what to do and what's expected of them,
Yep.
they thrive on it.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of people, fuck that up, where you get these, people that like, oh, I don't ever want to put my dog in a crate or a kennel or a leash. Like, that's your human interpretation of what a dog wants.
Yeah.
Like, dude, a lot of dogs when dogs know what they're supposed to do, when there's zero confusion there, it's comforting to them.
Yeah.
When they have they don't need a lot of free will.
No.
Their free will comes from you.
Yeah.
And it's better for them.
It's structure. They're looking at you for structure. Like, you're the leader of the pack.
Yep.
This is how you gain favor in this tribe.
Yep.
And as long as they know that and you're consistent with it, then yeah. But it's good. Yeah, I'm glad he's chilling out in public, but at home he's still a fucking barky ass dog.
It's a tough one to correct too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's his instinct.
And there's nothing wrong to have a dog
really.
that barks when someone shows up around your house.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you see, he's even gotten better when you come over. Like,
he simmers down pretty quick.
Yeah.
But dude, I mean, that's one of the reasons I have a dog.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're sleeping at night, they're gonna hear something first.
Hell
and if
yeah.
you got a dog that barks, even if it's just a little yippy dog that really can't do anything, it's still a little alarm system.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the benefits of having a dog.
Yeah. It's like, it's a good reason. Companionship.
Yeah, when you got a lazy sleeping ass dog that doesn't bark at anything. Yeah, it's kind of nice, but it's not gonna alert you to when a burglar comes in.
Yeah, no, that's not the goal. So Cool, man. So what? Have you gotten out to the range or done any?
A little dry fire, but I haven't gone out shooting lately.
Yeah.
We finally slowed down a little bit this week at work. I thought about going out shooting this weekend, but I'm gonna go skiing tomorrow.
Yeah, I was skiing Saturday. Then you went last weekend?
No, I haven't gone yet, man. The conditions have just been shitty.
Okay.
Like, we haven't got shit for snow this year, dude.
Yeah.
Up in the mountains. And when I say skiing, I'm going to go climb Powderhorn tomorrow.
Right.
I'm going to go skin up. And skin all the way up and then do maybe a run down. And if I feel energetic, maybe I'll skin up again. But the conditions aren't good enough for me to want to just get on the chairlift and do laps.
Yeah.
Dude, we haven't gotten really any fucking snow, man. So
just enough to fuck it up in the valley.
Yeah.
Make it cold and
make it cold
muddy.
and wintry. But yeah, so I'm gonna go climb the mountain tomorrow, just because I'm jonesing to do it. But because I've been waiting for some better conditions, man, and they just haven't come yet.
Yeah.
It might just be one of the winters.
Yeah, it is, man. Like, we're looking at halfway through January.
Yeah.
It's only a couple more months of this shit, and then it starts blowing out. So. Yeah.
I mean, we should definitely still get some big storms coming through.
Oh, for sure, dude. We don't know what the fuck's going to happen over the next 2 months.
No. I mean, I've seen big snowstorms. They don't stay on the ground, but I've seen big storms as late as April. Even in May I've seen. And up in the high country, I've seen snow as late as June. But that doesn't do anything for skiing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see. But anyways, I'm going to climb the mountain tomorrow.
Sweet. That'll be good. So.
Cheaper than sending rounds downrange.
It is cheaper than sending rounds downrange. That is true. So, I got out yesterday and went out to the range and did some practice. So, just trying to work some drills, like have some structure. So, instead of just going out there and just shooting shit at random. But, I did about 50 rounds with my carry gun. And mainly I did like the target drill, like trying to hit the little space, like
piece
the
of tape or something.
Drill. And did that a couple times, and then I did because I had a fresh target, had bought a couple of those cardboard targets, so I did a couple of the failure to stop drills, like 2 to the body and 1 to the head.
Oh, okay.
So again, like if they got body armor on, it's like, dude, if they're not stopping after 2 to the fucking body, it's time to maybe change targets. Mm-hmm. And but yeah, I just did a few clips of that just to kind of get the feel for shooting with that. Snuck in a couple concealed carry draws. Apparently there's a rule that says you're not supposed to do I've seen
that. I saw that like the second or third time I went out there. Mm-hmm. That in those public bays.
Yeah,
you're not supposed to be drawing.
See, and it says unless you have approval or something from the range officer, and it's one of those things where I'm afraid to go ask because I don't want to draw attention to myself.
It's better to ask forgiveness than it is for permission.
Yeah. I figure I'll feign some ignorance and then ask them at that point, like, well, what do I need to do to get like clearance? Like, do a class, like show you guys that
I can do this safely.
I can do this safely. Like, you know, what's the secret? How do I do it? But so yeah, you know, I don't go out there and do a bunch of them, but I did sneak in 3.
There was one day, because I wasn't privy to that rule. There was one day I was out there, and I was doing some draws, and wasn't really paying attention. The range officer had come up and was watching.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say a word to me.
Yeah.
So I think he saw that I was doing it safely.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't being reckless in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And so I think he was just like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't say shit to me.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. Yeah. I mean, I just, you know, try and keep it on the down low now that I know. But, like, when I don't know, I was just doing it, too. I probably had the same experience and, like, don't recall. But, yeah, as long as, I mean, I'm not trying to set any speed records when I'm doing it live out there. I'm trying to do it nice and smooth. But, fuck, man, like, that's... if you fumble the draw, like, it's all over.
It's trouble.
Like, that has to be, like, so if you're going so fast that you can't control your draw, like, that's just, you know, you're just gambling. You're rolling the dice and hoping that it comes up your number. But, so yeah, just doing it nice and smooth and fucking shooting the steel and hearing ping. Yeah, it's fun.
The hearing that ping is rewarding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dopamine hit.
And then I pulled out the Canic and I started playing around with the rotating, the Texas Star crazy things.
Those are fun.
And it was an interesting experience because I'd always gone in that book, the Charlie Perez, the shooting book that I showed you, I forget the name of it. But he had talked about dealing with moving targets, and he said there's 2 ways to handle them. There's what he called the ambush method, where you aim at where you know the target's going to go, and then when it goes there, you shoot. Or there's the follow method, where you're following the target, and when you get a sight picture, you shoot. And so, you know, he was saying that, you know, in his opinion, the better one is the follow method. Like, the ambush method takes too long from a competition standpoint. And so I was like, all right, I'm just going to try it. And, dude, fuck, man, I was pretty damn good. Like,
doing the follow method,
dude. Yeah, I think it's easier than you think. I mean, you mentioned before, like, sometimes some of your best hits are when you aren't really aiming hard. Like, you just draw and you fucking shoot. Mm-hmm. You know, still getting your sight picture and stuff, but versus, like, okay, I'm going from compressed draw and I'm gonna, like, go to full presentation, and now I'm gonna line out my sight picture and then I'm gonna shoot. And so, like, I think that there's something, like, you know, humans, we're not really, like, wired for that. Like, we're kind of wired for, like, you know, if you think about it, like, you know, following game, if I'm trying to shoot something or hit something with an arrow or a rock or whatever, it's probably not standing there. Mm-hmm. And so, like, the ability to track something and do it, and from the distance that you're doing it at, right? You're not trying to fucking do this at 50 yards. This is like 10 yards or so. So the time isn't really a factor. Like, the time it takes my bullet to get to that target, like, it's not going to have moved significantly.
In that short of distance. As fast as your round is traveling.
Yeah. And, you know, and it was totally true, man. Like, I was following them and I was like, bing, bing, bing. And, like, one of them had it's got the 2, 4, and they start fucking counter-rotating all that shit. So, yeah, I was playing games like, all right, I got 10 rounds and see if I can knock off all 8. And, like, dude, I was doing it pretty fucking consistently. And, like, like, I can't ambush it. Like, you know, I find myself, like, trying to revert to it and, like, no, I gotta follow it. And, yeah, the first time it happened, I thought it was a fluke. I almost quit right then. I was like, dude, I just want to go home right now. I feel pretty good about myself. I just want to, you know...
End on a high note.
But I was like, no, I still got rounds that I plan on shooting, man. I need to not massage my ego and do it. And, yeah, I was, like, pretty consistently, you know, good at that follow method. So... But yeah, if you haven't played around with that, it's interesting to, like, just commit to it.
The only, like, moving targets I've shot with a handgun are on those exact things you're talking about.
Yeah.
For cameo shooting range.
Yep.
I've only done it a couple of times, and I, you know, without knowing those 2 methods, I was kind of bouncing back and forth between those, and I can't remember which one I was having more success with. Because I remember doing that.
Yeah.
Like, picking a target and following it, and then trying to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And then the other one just kind of, okay, it's going to be here. Put my fire on there and wait for it to come into my sight feature. And I remember doing both.
Yeah.
You know, just because, I mean, you know, common sense that's kind of the two ways you would do it.
I know, it's funny when you say it, it's like, well, duh, but okay, until you say it.
Until you break down the technique, like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there is a difference there.
There's definite difference.
With it, so, but, so yeah, so that was my training yesterday, 100 rounds, and freaking, that was it, walked away, felt decent. Last few times out to the range, man, I've felt, like, decent about myself leaving. Like, I used to leave feeling disgusted. Just fucking disgusted with myself. You know?
I'm a worthless human being.
Yeah, well, at least when it comes to shooting. And so, but it's funny, man, like how much my grip has gotten stronger. Like, the gun doesn't jump around in my hand anymore, and I don't really have to consciously think about it like I used to. So, I mean, that definitely plays a big role in just being more accurate and, you know, hitting shit. But yeah, I still have those times when it's like, oh, I got this thing, ding. It's like, fuck, man, why is that puff of dirt over there to low left? What's going on here? So it's, yeah, it's fun though, man. It's fun to see some progress with it, because when you first start, you don't know what you don't know, and all you're finding out is like, oh, I suck, and I suck at that, and I suck at that, and I suck at that, and I'm trying to get better at it, but it's not really, like, I still suck. What's going on here? So it's fun. But yeah, I like jiu-jitsu with starting out there and just going through the peaks and valleys with that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, being a white belt, like those first few weeks, like that's just fucking chaos. Like, you don't know what's going on.
You don't even know what you don't know, and you have this idea in your head of things you should do and try. I know, it's funny. First, on the mat last night, first round, there was some white belts there. I just picked one. I was like, hey man, you want to wrestle? A guy about our size, maybe a little bigger, you know. So I'm like, all right. And this is a pretty new white belt too. So you kind of, and you know, so he looks like a fairly physical guy. Oh yeah, and this guy is fucking just going hard, but doesn't really know what to do. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I had to kind of simmer him down a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you know, we've all been there. You know what I mean? And when it gets into you slap hands and you're going to wrestle somebody, those are the skills you have.
And
so
you bring
that's what you have.
What
so you're going to use them. You know, so it's... but yeah, it's the same thing. You know, when you're new at something, just, well, these are the skills you bring to the table. You got to fucking utilize them and see what the result is.
And they're being used against you. You don't even know it.
You don't even know it.
It's like, oh, fuck, man. So, yeah, it's, yeah. So I had a question for you, like jiu-jitsu on the streets.
Okay.
Right? So
Spider guard.
Spider guard?
Worm guard and spider guard.
Lapel guard's what I was going to go for.
Lapel guard is the best move.
Anything that involves a lapel is going to be good on the street. So have you come across the American Warrior show?
Sounds familiar. Who?
Like Mike Seeklander?
Yep.
Yeah. Like, man, I really like what they're doing. Because they've got a real heavy emphasis on jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. And so, like, it really resonates with me to hear them talk about, like, how all of these things integrate. You know, they talk about the same shit that we were, layers of defense, like, you know, the gun can't be the only answer that you have. You have to have these other options. And so, but they had an interview with a guy who had he basically tackled and restrained a dude in the front yard of his friend's house. Did you listen to that?
Yeah, he was working out.
And
then he went out there, guy was bent over in the vehicle.
Yeah.
And then he had to and the dude who did it was a big, strong guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good story.
That was an interesting story on a bunch of interesting lessons. So, number one though, I'm curious, like, again, I'm being totally judgmental, you know, I don't know all the context, and I'm just saying, like, you know, my thoughts, but like, I think it's fucking stupid and insane that he tackled the dude. Like, that was, like, he has no weapon, you got no clue, like, the dude had a knife. Mm-hmm. If that dude had not lost the knife in the, when he fell, which is kind of what he theorized happened, like, man, that story would have been completely different.
Yeah, I think they touched on that. And I think he went into, like,
dude, he had a rationale, but I don't care what the fuck the rationale is, dude. Like, that, it's property, it's not even person.
If that guy's running away,
and the dude's trying to run away,
just let him run.
Let him run. Like, dude, there is zero excuse for fucking engaging an unknown hostile target in those conditions.
Yeah, if he's running towards you,
ignorance is what allowed him to do that. Because, dude, I'll tell you, like, I would have done what I would have been totally on his side 6 months ago, a year ago. But man, getting into the self-defense thing a little deeper and like, oh, he might have a gun, he might have a knife, he might have a fucking friend around the corner.
He might have fucking AIDS.
Yeah.
You know, he bites you, where it bites you or something.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
And so now all of a sudden, the cost to benefit ratio of engaging people changes. I think that's one of the reasons that people that do have concealed carry, people that do jujitsu and can fucking legitimately strangle people out, like why they tend to be a little calmer, because like they realize this other person might be able to strangle me, or this other person might have what I have. But if you don't have that knowledge, if you don't have that context for the world, like you're gonna look at and interpret situations differently. And one of the things I was listening to the Justified Saves episode like a little earlier in the week, the Concealed Carry podcast, and they had a similar story where a guy tried to chase down and engage a guy who was running from the cops, and the guy turned around and shot him. The guy, he wasn't armed. He the guy chasing him, he had nothing. It was just him. And he's chasing a fucking dude who is running from the cops. And he doesn't even have a gun. He has nothing really beyond it, like that. And they even pointed out, like, that was not smart.
No.
Like, that was sad. This guy died because
you gotta take a second to assess the situation.
Yeah.
If someone's running away from you, there's going to be very few instances where you should chase them down.
Fucking A.
Very few.
Very few.
Like, if he's running away, yeah, it sucks. You've lost your property or whatever it is, but you got to remember it's property.
Yeah.
Just let him fucking go, man. Like,
yeah, well, I remember that guy even said, like, at one point, because one of the interesting lessons, too, was that he couldn't really pin this guy down and finish, like, control him. Like, it took him a while.
Yep.
And, he's, like, bigger than the guy, and it's like, that's the reality of, like, somebody's fucking bucking and fighting and stuff. But he even said at one point, he had to ask himself, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like, what's my end game? Because in his mind, he thought he was going to tackle this guy, get on top of him, and this dude was going to fucking, give up. And he didn't. And then it's like, oh, well,
now what?
Now what? Now what am I going to do? I got to figure out how to restrain this guy or, like, potentially hurt him. And he's like, talking about, do I want to hurt him? Do I not want to hurt him? Like, dude, these are all fucking decisions that you should have thought out beforehand. He talked about, the reason I engaged is because I thought this out. People were jacking cars in my area, and I felt responsible as homeowner association, guy.
Oh, dude, I can see it, man.
I can see it too.
I can see myself making that decision also. I would like to say I would be more rational and make the appropriate decision, but I could see I could see myself in the exact same situation. I'm out in the garage working out, so you're kind of jacked up, a little testosterone flowing, and I see some fucking douchebag, in my car. I'm gonna go want to beat the piss out of him. And if I approach him and he takes off running, I'm like, motherfucker, game on. Like, dude, I can see my ego let me do that.
Yeah.
And so I get it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's really good to listen to.
I can see my ego letting me do that too, but given that I now have more context, I would hope that I would be able to
make the smarter decision.
That my ego would have something to counterbalance it, because, but yeah, man, if you think that you're, in this day and age, for you to assume that you're just going to, just your own body, no matter how skilled you are, in whatever hand-to-hand combat technique there is, like, I don't know, it's a gamble that if you engage somebody that they're gonna not have some sort of weapon or something like that.
Didn't he have a buddy there with him too?
They were guys in a car, that drove off.
No, but the
quote he had a buddy.
The quote unquote good guy. In
yes, yeah. He was there working out with a friend. They were working out and they just finished. He finished set, which leads me to another question here in a minute too, But yeah, I don't know. Like, so I was curious your opinion on that. Like, to me, that sounded psychotic. That guy sounded like he got lucky, and really, like, that's one of the lessons that I kind of took away from it. Was like, dude, that dude got lucky, especially when he found out that there was a knife, and the guys had the bad guy had friends there. There was a truck that had one or two people in it that like drove off that was with this guy. Like,
We'll stop. Maybe they'd come back, and then now you're fighting 3 guys. You know,
Yeah, dude, they jump out and fucking
and they got
come to their
bats and
friends'
tire
defense.
irons or fucking gun. You know,
Yeah.
you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, so I can totally see it, but it's just interesting because, like, the context that I have now compared to where I was before I started getting into this whole thing, is it changes. Because, like I said, I would have had a different answer a year ago. I'd been like, oh, yeah, tackle that motherfucker, take him to the ground, choke him out, like, he's got it coming, but I feel like I was living in ignorance.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But still, even knowing this, it would be hard to make the right decision. I'm not going to lie, man.
I don't think it would be. You're smarter than that, man, because you're the one who's pointed out to me, like, multiple times, like, you don't want to shoot people. Mm-hmm. Like, and if you engage someone, especially if you have a gun, like, I don't know, like, I need to be ready to go to that level because I don't know that I won't need to contain the situation. Right. And so if I'm not willing to fucking shoot someone over it, then am I really willing to even fucking engage in the first place?
Yeah, so I got a good story that this leads right into perfect decision-making process I had to go through. So on Thursday, I was at work. I get a text from my dog walker that I have this fucking dipshit that lives a few doors down from me that has an aggressive dog. And he's very irresponsible. Like, this dog is just loose all the time. And it has charged either me and my dog while I'm out walking on several occasions, or my dog. I got 2 separate dog walkers I use pretty regularly. And both of them now have been charged while out there. This last situation that just happened, she was walking my female pit, and this dog and this is a good-sized dog. You know, he's probably a 70, 80-pound dog. He's also a pit, aggressive. Comes charging from this guy's house across the street to where the dog walker and my dog are. My little dog's only like 35, 40 pounds. So she scoops her up again because my little dog's kind of a shithead too. But she's on a leash. So the dog walker scoops her up to prevent anything. This dog jumps at her, trying to bite my dog. She kicks it hard as fuck. And then finally the owner comes out, grabs it, and, yanks him away. Dude, this is... no exaggeration, this is the 6th time his dog is charged either me or the dog walker and my dogs.
That's crazy.
So I get this text Thursday at work. I'm like, motherfucker. I said, everybody was okay. Nobody got hurt. Dog walker was good. Dogs were good. Okay. So I was like, I got to go down there and talk to this asshole today. Because the very first time it happened a couple years ago, this guy's a dipshit, man. He is the epitome of a fucking dipshit.
I remember the saga of this dog. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, if I see that dog outside, because they have a fenced-in front yard, but the fence is in terrible, state of disrepair. The dog can get underneath of it. A lot of times the gate's not even closed. The dog just kind of gets out anyways. The very first time it happened, he apologized because he's friends with a neighbor that lives like across the street from me. So he walks by my house quite often. He's seen me out there. He's like, "Hey man, I'm really sorry that happened. It won't happen again." Okay. And that was the first time, and now we're dealing with 5 incidences later. I was like, all right. I was like, I got to go down. It was a good thing I was at work when I got this information. It gave me several hours to decompress before, because I was ready to go down there and lay hands on this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're a dipshit. And I'm going to go down there and present this problem to you. And if you get shitty with me, I'm going to slap the shit out of you. Like, push comes to shove, like, I'm going to fuck you up. And so I get home from work. I drive by his house. I see he's there. I carry my firearm every day. But before I went down there, I took it off. I was like, there's no reason. I was like, okay. Should I take it down there? I was like, this situation is, I'm going to this person's house to address them on an issue. If things are to escalate, I don't even want that option. Yeah. I will just run away. If I can't handle it, if it's going to get physical, I will leave. But I didn't even want that part of the equation.
Yeah.
So I left my gun at home. I felt that was the more responsible decision.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to think about that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to introduce a firearm to that situation because I knew it could get heated.
Yep.
Am I willing to go to prison over that? No.
Right, yeah.
I'm not. I can diffuse whatever's going to happen.
Right. That's where the stun gun comes in. Jiu-Jitsu plus.
Jiu-Jitsu plus. But so I didn't go down there with any fucking weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, I always have a pocket knife, but
Yeah.
yeah. But you got to think about that shit.
Yep.
You got to extrapolate this out. Like, okay, if this really goes south, if I go down there and talk to this guy, tell him how irresponsible he's being, and tell him he needs to find a solution to this because it's completely unacceptable and I'm done fucking dealing with it. If he is not receptive to my suggestions, and starts getting aggressive, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And you got to think about that. Like, okay.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, man. No, it's true.
You got to think about that shit.
What do you say?
So I went down. I was a little bit calm at first. So
Yeah.
I knocked on the door. He had a buddy there that answered the door. And then I was like, hey, man, I need to talk to such and such. He comes out, and I told him, I was like, hey. I was like, dog walker told me your dog charged, jumped. She had to kick it to prevent it from biting her and my dog. He's like, oh, man. He's like, yeah, well, about what time did this happen? And I knew where he was going. I was like, 10:30ish. He's like, oh, I'm at work from like 4 a.m. until, 3 o'clock every day. I was like, okay. I was like, just because he's like, yeah, my roommates must have let him out. They're not real good at keeping an eye on him. I was like, it's still your responsibility. I was like, is that your dog? He's like, yeah. I was like, your dog is your responsibility 100% of the time, whether you're at work or not. I was like, if you have other human beings that are in the house that aren't responsible human beings, and you have a dangerous dog, your dog needs to be locked up, and you need to tell your roommates, don't unlock the door. If you can't watch him, don't handle him. I was like, I've owned aggressive dogs. I know what it's like. I was like, if you're an irresponsible motherfucker, you don't need to be handling this dog. I was like, just because you're at work doesn't mean you're not responsible. Then I started getting shitty with him. I was like, you're denying responsibility. He's like, that's your dog, right? Your dog charges mine. I'm across the street with my dog on a leash. Completely fucking unacceptable. I was like, and he's like, yeah, you're right. He's like, well, I don't like having my dog, like in a kennel or in my room for 8 hours or whatever I'm at work. I was like, I agree. I was like, you know what you do? You hire a fucking professional dog walker. I was like, I got 2 different ones that come to my house. I was like, if you only knew how much money I spent every month on fucking dog walkers, because I'm a responsible dog owner. I was like, you are not. Your roommates are not. I was like, you need to correct this situation. He's like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, yeah, I know I'm right. That's why. I was like, that's why I'm down here talking to you. I was like, fix this, man. Like, and his buddy came outside. There was 2 of them out the side. I was like, and he's like, yeah, we got to fix this fence. I was like, you're telling me all this shit, but it doesn't mean anything to me, because this has happened 6 times now, and you are unwilling to fix it. I was like, fix this fucking shit. And he's like, yeah, all right, man. I was like, your roommates are completely irresponsible. They don't get to handle your dog, man. I was like, I don't mean to be telling you down here how to live your life, but apparently someone needs to, because you can't figure this fucking shit out. And he was all wide-eyed looking at me, and he's a guy our age, maybe a little younger.
Yeah.
But just a dipshit. So, yeah, I'm down there lecturing another adult on how to fucking be a responsible dog owner.
Oh, there's a few of them that need a lecture.
I lectured the fuck out of this guy for like 10 minutes. And I was like, here's the solution. I'm going to tell you the solution right now. Your dog doesn't go out in the front yard unless he's on a leash or chain.
Yeah.
And if your roommates aren't willing to do that, your roommates don't get to do that. He is locked up while you're at work.
Yeah. It seems like a simple solution. Don't put him in the front yard.
You would think.
The backyard's still there.
You would think.
Yeah. Why does it have to go in the front yard?
You would think.
I don't know.
Why is the dog, if your dog is aggressive, why is he loose at any point in time?
Yeah.
That's bottom line.
Yeah.
Like, if your dog is aggressive, he should never be loose in a public setting.
Yeah.
Even if it's just your front yard. You don't know who's going to walk by.
Yep.
Like, you're just being an irresponsible motherfucker at this point.
Yeah. I was talking earlier about Ajax. Like, man, if this dog doesn't, he's getting real close to having to be on a leash all the time, because he's not aggressive, but he looks aggressive, and he can come across as aggressive, and even that is not acceptable. And it's like, man, I need to keep him on a leash. Like, if he's going to run up to people and bark at them, even though I know he's not going to engage in a fight, he's not going to bite anyone, that's not acceptable.
Not acceptable.
So that's why I'm pumped he's like changing that habit, so I don't have to have him on a leash all the time. But yeah, no, it's really amazing how people, like, I don't know what they think. And the problem is they create such a bad name for dog owners.
Yep.
So then you come across people on the trail who are just automatically super defensive and super pissed off as soon as they see a dog off the leash, because they've had so many bad experiences with dumbass dog owners. And it's like, man, listen, I understand, why you're upset. So, that's why I try to have my dog on a leash around other people. But man, it's funny, the idea that when I'm out, in the Horse Thief Canyon area with my dogs, that I'm just going to have them on a leash all the time. It's so much fucking area out there. There's so few people. Like, you can go a whole hike and not run across another person. And so, but yeah, to think though that you're going to have a dog on a leash all the time out there is a little ridiculous. So
depends on the dog. Depends on how much control.
No. I just mean like people coming here and like having this expectation. It's like, but yeah, if you've had a bad experience, but then you come across people who are just like, the dog's supposed to be on a leash. It's like, that's the law. And it's like, well, they're under voice command. I mean, they are. They come. They listen. Like, that's, so technically that counts as well. Like, it's, the leash law is one of those, like, it's, I feel the way that it's written, it's there not to act as like a real strict primary enforcement method, as much as like something that's selectively used either to, punish people that do have bad dogs, or like a +1 type thing. Like, someone's getting in trouble for something and they're like, oh, and your dog's off a leash, kind of thing. But it's not like park rangers are out there,
no,
roaming the trails, writing tickets to people that don't have their dogs off a leash.
Right.
And so, but to come here, like, I don't know, there's a lot of fucking people coming here from other areas, like the Front Range and, out west in California and stuff. And like, they just have a different attitude towards things.
There's people that really like rules.
Yeah.
And they like to take the opportunity to, if they see you not following a rule, to say something about it.
Yeah.
They feel they have the, they feel it's their responsibility to let you know you're not following the rule.
Yeah.
That's where, like, you shouldn't be doing that. But
it's like, listen, man, you need to live here a few years and figure out how it works. Like,
there's just a lot of, like, there's a lot more, dude. I'll say this. Most people are irresponsible dog owners.
Yeah.
They are. And here's why. I've thought a lot about this, because I've had mean dogs and I've had great dogs. If you've never had an aggressive dog, the odds of you being a good dog owner are kind of slim. If all you ever had is just happy-go-lucky golden retrievers that come up and lick everybody and play with every dog, it doesn't warrant you being a really good dog owner.
No, it's easy.
It's super easy. It makes you look like a good dog owner.
It gives you a false sense of your abilities.
But you're not.
Yeah.
You're not. When you have to control a real animal that's going to fuck something up, it's a different thing, man. And most people don't understand dog psychology and, what's good for the dog. Because a lot of times people think what they think is good for a dog isn't necessarily good for it. It's and I've done a lot of, I've taken every dog I've ever had. I've been to obedience classes. I've done a lot of training with dogs. A lot of reading up on it. Like, I'm fairly experienced in it, man. And yeah, the good majority of people are shitty fucking dog owners. They just don't understand.
Yeah.
They just don't get it at all.
Well, they're using an Aristotle model to judge their performance, not a Platonic model. Basically, like, they're going on their own experience. Mm-hmm. They're not thinking about what makes for a good dog owner, and now I need to work towards that ideal. They're just going on their experience, which is like, well, my dog's never bit anyone, and, it's not that big a deal. And, there's really no experience that they've had that really forces them to reconsider how they're being a dog owner and what they should be doing different. And so, without trying to think a little bit beyond their own experience, it's like, well, how would other people on the trail like to interact with a dog? Is it, cool to have my dog running up and barking at them? I know he's not going to bite them, but they don't. Is that cool?
The big piece that people miss a lot is if your dog can be the friendliest, most happy thing in the world, but the other person's dog might be mean.
Yes, yeah.
But even if that person could have their dog on a leash, and they have every right to be out there doing it. But if that dog charges it, that's a trigger. Because when a dog runs up to another dog, man, that's aggressive.
Yeah.
And that can set that dog off. And then if your dog is the one that charged it, and he's not the type to back down, that instigates a dog fight so fucking quick.
Yeah.
so quick. I mean, if you've got a really reactive dog and another loose one that charges it, dude, it's going to be game on. And, dude, if you've never been on the other end, you don't get it, man. People don't get it. And I've had those reactive dogs. And it doesn't take, like, a dog running up and barking. I've had dogs that would set the fuck off. And, like, they turn into instant, like, kill mode. And that's why, like, I can't, I've had those aggressive dogs. I can't take those dogs out on these trails here.
Yeah,
because
even doing it on a leash. Perfectly within all of your rights.
There's so many people that just, they don't get it.
Yeah.
And, it's maddening to me.
Yeah.
It's so fucking frustrating.
I know. It's funny you mentioned that, man, because we had Shadow, which was a sweetheart of a dog. She, a big, goofy boxer mix. But, man, she was, like, not happy with most other dogs. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, you had to be really conscious of that on the trail. And same thing, man, a dog runs up to her and she's not happy about it and starts, like, trying to let it know in an aggressive way, like, this isn't cool. And like you said, then you got to rely on the other dog submitting and not saying, like, oh, yeah, well, fuck you.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, why are we playing this game?
Why are we playing this game?
Yeah. So, yeah, like I train both my dogs. Like, you don't bum rush people and you don't bum rush other dogs. And so you come back here and you check and you see, like, what am I supposed to do? And sometimes there'll be people who've got dogs off the leash and they're waving and, like, hey, hi, oh, your dogs are cute. Oh, cool. Oh, they're all friends. It's like, okay, go be friends.
Go play, yeah.
Right. But, you need to check in with me first and we need to figure, to see how we're going to act here. If we're pulling out the leash or is everything cool? And it's like, so, we've got to train them to do that rather than just
assume
and let them just run off. And, yeah, it's like, I know they're not going to cause problems, but
you don't know that.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
I don't know these other people's experience.
No.
So, yeah, I try to be mindful of other people's experience. But
yeah, so
there you go, man.
I had to lecture my neighbor for 10 minutes on how to be a responsible dog.
Man, but that was smart of you, man. Because there are people out there that would have fucking carried a gun to a fucking conversation.
Yeah. And why?
Yeah.
I got played it out. Like, okay, because it's kind of a little bit of a party house. There's usually 2 or 3 or 4 guys down there. And so,
if you legitimately thought you might need it, you'd probably reconsider.
I wouldn't go down.
Do I need to go down there? Exactly.
I wouldn't go down there.
Exactly.
I thought about that. Like, okay, could this situation develop to a point to where I might need the gun? I'm like, okay, potentially, but I'm gonna be very aware of that, and I'm gonna leave before that happens.
Right. Yeah.
And if I was really concerned about it, I wouldn't have went down there.
Yeah.
And I went down there and tried to be as calm as possible. You know. And
there are times you do need to confront people and
you do have to.
Yeah, that doesn't mean like you just act like a total pussy, but dude, you see some fucking unknown would-be burglar like trying to run away. It's like, man, do I really need to go tackle this guy? Like that, that's a different, situation and context than hey man, somebody's like there are times you need to step up. That's the whole point, and you need to be ready for that. Like I love that American Warrior, like their thing, like the fight is coming. Be ready.
Be ready. The fight's coming.
Fuck, dude. There's like truer words have never been spoken. Like I mean, just every day, life is a fight, and if you're not mentally and physically ready for it, then it'll chew you up and spit you out, and you end up at Walmart walking around or scooting around on a cart. But so I had a question though, one more question for you off of that scenario though. So you mentioned they were working out, and so he was saying he's a CrossFit style worker outer. Takes it to the max. All that stuff. He's like, I'm beat up from a workout all the time. They just finished their bench press. He's just done, spent. And then he had to engage this guy. And he even admitted that did play a role in his performance and his ability to, perform. And it just got me thinking, like, so yeah, when you're putting yourself in a compromised position when you work out.
Yep.
And so, I never really thought about that before. But it's like, so, like, what is that the... I don't know. Like it just got me thinking. Like, okay, what that plays into the risk to benefit ratio of that really hard to exhaustion style training.
Well, let me present a different scenario to you that kind of explains the way I think about it. What if we're at the gym, we're 8 rounds in, and we're training hard that day? We got all the killers on the mat. We got hard rounds going on.
Yeah,
and we get
some. Well, that's different. Rolling's different than strength training.
But the exhaustion levels. Let me play this scenario out.
Split up.
So we're in there scrapping hard. 8 rounds in, so you're getting fucking pretty gassed. And then you get an active shooter dude comes in the gym.
Yeah.
and say it's a few of them, and you got to go hand. It's a completely completely weird situation, but it explains it. Like, and then you got to stop mid-round to where you're just getting fucked up, and then you got to go hands-on with a group of ninjas that come in to accost your gym.
Right.
You're going to be compromised.
Yeah.
So.
But you don't build that on the bench press.
Man, like, I don't. But if that's your thing, if you like to work out hard like that, and if CrossFit is your sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it, man. When there's a lot of times I'm out in my garage working out to where, like, I can get done deadlifting, and if I had to go wrestle a method, my hamstrings are gonna cramp up.
Yeah.
It's gonna suck. It's an acceptable risk.
You know, it brought me back to one of my big, like, I don't know, you know, there's these moments throughout your life that you have these insights that really stand out and kind of change how you view the world. Like, all of a sudden things, it's like the Matrix, man. It's like, oh, whoa, like, I'm living in a different world. And I remember watching the original Fight Club, and my legs were so fucking sore from the leg day, because I was doing bodybuilding shit, that I remember watching it and thinking, like, dude, Ed Norton's character would kick my ass right now. You know, and Ed Norton's like, knowing what I know about fighting, and like, I know not to judge a book by its cover, but again, like, Ed Norton was this, you know, he played the scrawny little, you know, little dude in the film, and you would hope as a guy that works out, you know, you could deal with some scrawny little dude, but I was like, dude, my legs are so fucking toast. Like, pretty much anyone could kick my ass right now because I can't move, and I'm so sore, and I'm so compromised right now. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, if I had to fight,
you'd be in trouble.
I'd be compromised. So what is the fucking point of what I'm doing here?
Yeah, well, see, my thought process when it comes to lifting weights is that if you're getting that sore, you're doing too much.
Yes.
You're overreaching.
Yes.
You should not use soreness as a gauge as to whether you're working out hard enough.
Soreness or exhaustion.
So, if you're that sore, like, you worked out too hard.
Yep.
And when it comes for weightlifting, I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth here because, like, I will get that sore after a hard day of wrestling.
Dude, wrestling's totally different. Like, the scenario that you described, the only way you're going to get better at that's what I'm saying is by wrestling. So I can totally see wrestling tired and pushing yourself hard. But if you're also trying to do that in the gym, like, you can't do both.
It's too much.
Can't do both.
And you need, like, the way my mindset is when lifting weights, you should do the minimum amount of work for the most effective.
Yeah.
Results.
Yes. So that you have the most amount of energy to put into what matters most, which is rolling.
Right. But even if you are trying to build muscle and, like, be like a bodybuilder type fella,
yeah.
Still, your goal should be the minimum amount of work for the most effective result.
Yes. Yeah.
It is. And you don't need to be crushing yourself to where you can't squat and sit down on the toilet without, like, oh, we've all been there. We've all done that. You know, like, I mean, it takes some experimenting to figure out what that level is, but you shouldn't be, no matter really what your strength goals are, you shouldn't be lifting weights to that point.
Yeah.
But it changes. Like, we're okay with that with jiu-jitsu and wrestling, you said.
Yep.
But and if it's a CrossFitter and if that's their sport.
Yes. Yes.
If that's their sport,
right.
Have at it.
Yep.
But, like, for me, like, if I want to lift weights to build muscle, there's no way I should be getting that sore. No, there's no way. I've done too much.
Right.
And so, yeah. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, yeah. I just, you know, it was, that's an acute example, but it just got me thinking on the bigger picture. I'm like, oh, yeah. Like I said, it took me back to that realization that I had watching Fight Club, that how your workout leaves you feeling to be able to deal with self-defense is something that you have to consider. And so if you're smashing yourself and you're always exhausted, you're always tired from your strength training workouts, right? Like, wrestling is different. We've established that. But you are, doing it there. Like I said, in the moment, it's just weird. It's like, you just fucking did a max set of deadlifts and your legs are jelly, and then some dudes walk in and, you got an active shooter situation, and, you try to stand up, and, like, that's a weird abnormal thing. That's not wrestling.
Right.
Like, I could be fucking totally exhausted wrestling and still be able to, like, move effectively when I'm exhausted because I've trained myself to do that. But you're basically trying to train yourself to, like, what are you doing on a max set of deadlifts or a max bench press? Like, what are you really training your body to do? is to go to this exhaustion point where it can't function even, and then sit there and recover and hope nothing happens in that recovery period.
Right.
So, and then, but the workouts, that's both a microcosm of like a set, and that's also like a macro look at like your workouts as a whole. So I found it interesting, and we're on the same page with it.
It's a good thing to think about. It is. We've said it before. Is keep the main goal the main goal.
Yeah.
What are you doing this for?
Yeah, and everybody's got different goals with that for sure. But it's like you have to be. I think that there's moments where you realize like, oh, there's something that I wasn't really considering that is actually important, and it could change the context. Like I was talking with somebody the other day, and I was pointing out how if you change your context for your experience, like it's going to change your experience. And so, it's you can't judge like what you think something will be like based on your current experience and not change any context. So anyways, but like I was talking about like training or something like that, but it's the same thing here. Like the more you kind of learn, the more things that you should be taking into consideration when you're thinking about this stuff. Like your context can change. And so like I said, like after watching that, like it really did change my context. Like the value that I saw in pushing myself to exhaustion like that when working out changed. Mm-hmm. I never looked at it the same way again based on that insight. And so, but yeah, everybody's got to kind of find where on that spectrum they are, but it is something that's there, whether you think about it or not. It is something that is, that goes into it. So
yeah, you got to consider that.
It could come into play. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, but it's funny. You talk about that story on the Mike Seeklander podcast. So after listening to that, I did jump online, went to Amazon, and bought myself some zip tie handcuffs. Yes. So I keep a couple pairs in my backpack at all times.
That's smart.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. They're pretty cheap.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I got a couple. I can give you a pair for cheap. Because I think you buy a package of them and you get like 10 of them or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm never going to use them. And hopefully I never have to use them.
Right.
And so, yeah, I'll bring a couple for you.
But yeah, no, that's a good idea.
But it's something to think about. Like, if you had, that would have been a perfect situation for that. You're there with a buddy and this guy's just not resisting or, not stopping and you're running out of steam. Like, hey, man, I got a couple pair of zip tie handcuffs in my backpack. Grab them. Have your buddy come over, fucking hog tie this motherfucker, and then he just lays there. Yeah. Say, hey, man, cops are on the way.
Yeah.
Sorry about your luck.
Yeah.
Way safer. Yeah. Way safer than sitting there rolling around on the ground with that guy for fucking 10 minutes,
Trying to fucking, figure something out.
So, yeah, it was that exact story, that podcast that motivated. I'm sure before that, if I remember it, it was on a Sunday. I was at home doing chores and food prep and shit for the week, listening to that podcast. I was like, man, what would I do if I was in that situation? Fuck, I need some zip tie handcuffs.
Dude, it's so funny.
I shouldn't have tackled the guy. Like, man, I needed to put some handcuffs on this guy. So
yeah, well, I had that thought as well because there are times like I'm not saying there's never a time where you would try to like put hands on someone and restrain them,
right?
But I just felt like that situation right there, just given the context of that concealed carry story about the dude who did something very similar. Mm-hmm. And
lost his life
and got killed. Mm-hmm. And it's like, dude, it's the exact same scenario. You're rolling the dice and you're just hoping it comes up, lucky for you, which I don't think that is for me now, knowing what I know, that gamble's not really worth it like it was. So yeah, man, I used to think you'd fucking tackle some dude and take him to the ground, but yeah, in the back of my mind, you always know. I mean, I told you I want to get a training knife, like. I really feel like if you're gonna use jiu-jitsu for self-defense, like you've got to
practice.
You got to practice these things
with the weapons.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like to roll with someone who's got a knife, or if I got a knife.
So remember, I
don't want to find out like in the moment. That's not where I want to fucking experience it for the first time.
When I was a kid in karate, we did weapon stuff like that, knife defense. Then when I did Hapkido for 3 years or something like that. We just spent quite a bit of time doing. We had these bullshit wood guns and training knives, and we did quite a bit of that stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm sure once I started playing with it again, I'd kind of remember.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm sure it would. That's cool.
You come back to that, but yeah, it was more. We didn't practice weapon retention. it was always practiced from the standpoint the bad guys got the weapon, and we're no weapon.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
a little different, but
yeah, man. No, I'm curious. It's one of those things I've thought about, and just part of me knows, like, dude, I am almost afraid to find out how shitty I am.
It'd be good for us, man. You get those
I know.
in, and we can go. You got a nice mat space. We can go in there and just experiment.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if I had to do this, what's going to be the best, and just play with it and experiment a little bit.
Yeah.
It's better to experiment there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like what's going to be the best way to hang out with this? What's going to be the best way to deal with this?
Yeah.
And again, we have a valuable resource. We got Al.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Kevin,
No.
Kevin with all his military and police work. I'm sure he'd be a valuable resource.
Oh yeah.
He'd probably just insult us. And
I know. Send us questionable pictures. That was a good one, man.
Your response to that picture was pretty good, though. that was good. It was so well crafted that it could have been, did James look at this picture or not? Like, it was so well crafted. I was like, come on. And like, it made me think that.
That was my goal. I didn't want to fully admit that I got taken by it, but
that was good.
So, that was funny, man. Yeah, I fell for it for sure. I was like, damn it. Yeah, good random text from old Kevin there. But yeah, no, man, tap into some resources, because like we were saying earlier, or when we were talking earlier, like, I feel like this is an element where the McDojo thing can get really out of control. Like when you start getting into weapon shit, and knife training, it's like, and I don't know enough to know, and that's how you get sucked into McDojo shit, is in the martial arts. People make fun of this stuff, but it's like, dude, you don't know what you don't know, and you walk in and you see this guy and he's better at you at something, and he's, you buy into it, and then fucking 5 years later you find out, like, god damn it,
I wasted all that
there is
time.
no chi power, he was just falling over. Wasted all this time. I don't want that to happen with my training in these arenas, but yeah, but I think, we were talking a few podcasts ago that, jiu-jitsu is the foundation, man. That's the chassis that you need to build your self-defense platform from. And if you don't have that, like, I just can't even imagine trying to, like, work on, these different skills without having jiu-jitsu as a base for it, and able to understand how to move and create space and all the things that it's taught you. And then it's like, okay, well, add in a gun, add in a knife, add in these different things, add in whatever you want. But it's, at the end of the day, it's like, all right, I'm using these kind of foundational principles that I learned from jiu-jitsu to, overcome the situation. So yeah, that's, I like that podcast, man, how they tie it all in with that. But that was an interesting one. It's funny to hear you say that you were listening to it too and went and bought those handcuffs. I had the same thought. I just didn't do it. I wasn't able to do it at the moment.
Don't bother. I got a few extra pairs.
Nice. I'll throw some in my pack there. I got one of those, what is it, the Patagonia, like, shoulder sling things. I finally like
satchel.
Satchel,
I always call them satchel.
That thing's good. Like, I like it I can throw my IFAK in it, and it fits perfect, and I still have room for other stuff, and I can actually, like, put my gun, like, the little pocket that it has back there, like, my holster, dude, the retention clip on that thing is pretty fucking tight. And so you can, like, slide the holster in that back pocket that's made for the phone and clip the holster on it.
Oh, nice.
And then, yeah, and so, so you can carry, I've been able to pack that, my IFAK, and, like, everything in there. So if I'm not able to carry it for some reason, at least pack it in there. But yeah, I was like, I don't think Patagonia was designing it this way when they made it, man. This is a good concealed carry pack. I just got to rip it out, man. It's good.
They would probably freak out if you sent an email to customer service like, thank you for guys designing such a good concealed carry.
Fucking picture of it.
They would probably
post it online and tag them.
They would have a meltdown.
Huh. They would, man. That's funny. It's like Dakine, like their little hip pack.
Yeah.
It's like, I can fit all this shit in here. I'm like, gun, this is great, man. It's like it's designed for it. It's like, that's not what they designed it for.
It's hilarious.
But it's what I use it for, so.
All right, but hey, let's call it a wrap.
Yeah, man. Sounds good.
I got to pick up my dog, swing by the post office before we train, so.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good.
All right, see you.
See you.
Thank you for listening to the Grumpy Guy BJJ podcast.
Thank you all for listening. You can find us on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Please make sure to subscribe and leave us a review. It really does help and will allow us to keep putting out episodes. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, hit us up at grumpyguybjj@gmail.com. Also, go to our website, grumpyguybjj.com, and get signed up for podcast updates and get our free BJJ Improvement Starter Kit. That's it for now, so get on the mat, train hard, and talk to you all next week.
Down clown with a permanent rep, a hermit now, boom. Doggy stool, foggy, cool, got a froggy outside Molly dude. Melvin, Colin, Daisy Duke, hanging by the lace of their shoes. No trace of the tools, shaped in your face, fuck the rules. Snooze, you lose, one eye always open, in times two, no clue. But soon a brief monsoon might give you a view to choose. Stay tuned, include, won't conclude. To the end is near, beware there's consequences, but what you do